Welcome to Designing Spaces Think Green, a special edition of the show that's all about you and your space, your home, and your surroundings. I'm Ted Brunson. Today, all of us are becoming increasingly aware of how we affect our environment, from the air we breathe, to the water so necessary for life, to the energy provided to power our civilization. All of this has an effect due to our demands on Mother Nature.
Thanks a lot, Ted. On today's show, we have a great lineup of topics to help you and your family live a more eco-friendly lifestyle.
So let's get started and think green.
You know, a home fire not only leaves an emotional scar on a family, but can also leave an environmental scar on a community.
Think Green's Ted Brunson goes to Wenatchee, Wisconsin to look at a home fire prevention system that is having an impact on household safety and the environment.
Once only found in commercial and multifamily occupancies, fire sprinkler systems are now being offered as a standard feature in many new homes across the country. Fire sprinkler systems provide added peace of mind for buyers and a competitive advantage for the home builder. But does it also help the environment? Hi there and welcome to Designing Spaces Think Green. I'm Ted Brunson in beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. You can see a lot of the new construction going on here. This place is absolutely booming. I'm standing next to Matthew Kuwach of Blazemaster Fire Sprinkler Systems. Matthew, thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here, Ted.
Okay, listen, fire sprinklers, when I think of them, I think of two things. Obviously, save the people inside, and also save the house. But after speaking with you, you made it very clear that there's a third element, and that is help save the environment. So expand on that a little bit.
Think of it this way. Annually, there's about 400,000 homes that are caught on fire. Think of all those homes catching on fire and releasing toxic emissions up into the air. And then you have the fire department come in, and they're putting out the fire, and all the water from putting out the fire is released into the soil and out into the runoff out in the streets. That's a significant environmental issue. In addition, when a fireman comes into the house to put out the fire hoses use about 8.5 times as much water as the sprinkler heads do.
Wow.
So a lot less water with sprinklers and a lot less toxic fumes in the air. And then the other part of that to look at is the landfill. A lot of those homes have to be demolished, and all that construction debris has to be thrown into landfills.
And you're not putting that carbon footprint that we know is so dangerous right now to the environment. Now, the environmental issue aside, a lot of people watching this show are either building a home now or plan on building a home, and I guess their question is, why else should I put a fire sprinkler system in? What's wrong with just a smoke alarm?
Right. Well, first of all, sprinklers is your only chance of putting out the fire. The fire alarms are really important because they detect the fire, but the sprinklers actually protect you. Peace of mind is really important. That's the first thing that comes to mind with sprinklers. It's like having a fireman in every room of your house protecting at all times. Secondly, from a cost point of view, they're really insignificant in cost. Its national average is about 1 to 1.5% of total construction costs. So it's like upgrading your carpet in your home. Also, many insurance companies offer discounts for having sprinklers in your home. So there's a lot of economic benefits as well as environmental benefits to having sprinklers.
That's amazing. 1 to 1.5% of the total cost of a new build home. That is so insignificant when you compare to what it's worth.
That's right, saving lives.
Exactly. Well, no more talk outside. We're going to go inside and check out this new construction and see exactly what Blazemaster is doing. Lead the way, dude. All right, take a deep breath. What's that smell, Matthew?
Smells like a new house to me.
New construction, and you love that because Blazemaster, as we can see right here in the framing, has already made its mark. Now, we were talking before, there are two types of sprinkler systems, standalone and a multi-purpose. Please explain to me and the viewers what the differences are.
A standalone is exactly that. It's a sprinkler system, dedicated piping system feeding the sprinkler heads. A multi-purpose system is using the same piping, however you're coming off of it with plumbing piping to supply water to things like the toilet or the sinks.
The cold water, basically.
That's right.
But the problem is if you turn the cold water off, I'm imagining the sprinkler system is off.
Right.
But on the other hand, thinking environmentally and thinking green, you're using less piping, right?
That's right.
Okay, so it kind of works for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, now let's fast forward here. Let's imagine that this house is finished. The drywall is up, the family's living in here. completely done, finished home, but they don't have a sprinkler system. But then they realize they do want a sprinkler system. Can a family put a system into a home that's already finished?
Definitely. I mean, it's going to be a little bit more complicated because you have drywall, but with BlazeMaster, you just make small little cuts in the wall and you slide the pipe up. You can bend a little bit. Keeps your costs down, the minimal disruption. Mm-hmm. It's quick to install and cost effective.
So it's really not invasive hardly at all.
Not really.
Right? Okay. And I'm imagining, though, that you can only use a standalone system because the cold water is already being fed, so no multi-purpose system.
Right. I mean, your plumbing's already situated. All you're putting in is your sprinkler system, which is a standalone at that point.
Are you impressed with me so far?
I'm very impressed.
I'm catching on, right?
Yes.
All right.
Come on, I want to show you something downstairs. Okay, Ted, this is what I want to show you. The orange BlazeMaster CPC pipe is the pipe that's used to supply the water to the sprinkler heads, and also the cold water to the plumbing. And that's used to supply the water to the toilets and the sinks in the home.
Okay, so just to reiterate, this is a multi-purpose system because the main larger orange BlazeMaster CPVC pipe is actually the main water source for all of the sprinkler system and the cold water, because we've kind of got this tributary, this arm coming off for all the cold water, as you said. It is not a standalone, it's a multi-purpose, right?
That's right.
All right, catching on, I'm telling you. Now, let's talk about aesthetics. Once the sprinkler heads are in the finished house, on the ceiling, how do they look? Because I've got this picture of, like, you know, the big gold things hanging down in the hotel rooms.
Right.
Not that way, right?
Well, actually, in this home, we have a concealed residential sprinkler head. The way this works is this is flush with the ceiling here, this piece here. They come in different colors. You can order them. But most people have white ceilings. So in this case, this is going to be up in the ceiling. At 135 degrees Fahrenheit, this thing pops off.
Okay.
And the sprinkler head comes down. And around 155 degrees Fahrenheit, there's an element inside. That melts, and then the water comes out. Every sprinkler head is individually heat activated. The movies do a bad job of when a fire happens, all the sprinkler heads go off. It's not like that.
You brought up my next question, and I'm glad that you already answered it because, yeah, you do have that vision. So what you're saying is if there's a fire in the kitchen, these are going to pop down in the kitchen, but my family room and my brand new plasma TV that I spent a couple grand on is going to be safe, right?
Oh, it'll be safe.
Good, and that's going to keep me and my wife happy as well.
That's good.
Yeah. Quite the impressive setup in there, Matthew. If people want to learn more about your company, where can they go?
They can go to www.blazemaster.com.
And Matthew Q. Watch, I want to thank you personally for showing us not only the safety side of sprinkler systems, but the environmental side that I didn't know.
Thanks for being here, Ted.
And thank you for watching. For Designing Spaces, Think Green, I'm Ted Brunson from beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. We'll see you next time.
So what do we want to leave behind for future generations? Will it be the gift of preservation or a debt of the careless destruction of our planet's ecosystems? Together, let's make the right decision and move towards a healthier world. For Designing Spaces, Think Green, I'm Ted Brunson.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.